Hi, this is Sal Tuzzolino, host and ringmaster of the Sports Circus, the big top of sports talk radio. Did you hear this?
We used to play back east, and they'd say, "Where are you guys from?" And they said, "We're is Oakland." So we'd have to tell them where Oakland was. Then they'd say, "Well, are you professionals?" And we'd have to say, "Well, we think so."
Right. Clown around with us and stream the show online at thesportcircus.com. Join me, the Human Cannonball, and Sideshow Bob, along with a special guest this Saturday morning at 6 on Fox Sports Radio 1340. All right, welcome back to the final segment of the Sports Circus here at WCOBM. You can catch the Sports Circus tomorrow on Fox Sports Radio 1340, or you can stream the show live at thesportcircus.com. Follow the live link right in the middle of the page. Tune in. Be a lot of fun. Different format, very different format from this. We have different guests. We have a lot of fun on there, and you'll enjoy it. It's a little early from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. tomorrow, but I'll be switching a week later. We'll get into that later. Nevertheless, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., Fox Sports Radio 1340 here in the Vegas market, or stream it live on thesportcircus.com. So, we were talking about the NCAA, and we started talking about the tournament. Now, the Final Four, March Madness, all that's coming up in a very short time, and usually you have your dominant conferences that will bring in this one, that one, the other one. We're going to run through this real quick. Right now, I have the projections coming out at the Big Ten will bring 8 teams to the table for the tournament. The ACC will bring 9. The Big 12 will bring 7. The Pac-12 will bring 6. Good news for the Pac-12, moving up a little bit. SEC, probably 6. The Missouri Valley Conference, right? 3 teams. Look for it. Maybe 2. The Mountain West Conference here, which covers our local team here in Las Vegas, look for them to get at least 2, possibly 3 teams in. Conference USA may bring 4 teams to the table. Nice little bit of parity. And the Big East will probably get Villanova and a cast of 4 others with Butler included. Butler's a very good team. Don't sleep on them. So basically that leaves 15 conference winners and other at-large schools. And I would look for a very exciting selection process to happen right after the end of all the conference championship games. So that will be happening in just about 4 or 5 weeks. We'll cover that at that moment. Now, we're going to talk about Super Bowl 51. Okay, everybody's talking about the Super Bowl. I'm going to talk about it. Why? Because I am Sal the Bookmaker. It says that right over here somewhere. And guess what? We're in Las Vegas. See that beautiful picture behind me? Boom. A lot of money goes in and out of this town because of games just like this. This is the biggest game on earth. It's the most televised, most watched on Fox Sports. Guess what? The Sports Circus, right now, it's on Fox Sports. So, pretty good partner, right? Anyway, talking about the Super Bowl, Tom Brady is 17-0 against Atlanta. Kind of ridiculous. You also have an MVP candidate in Tom Brady, although I don't think he's going to win it because he was suspended for the first 4 games of the season because of something that happened a year ago. Nonetheless, he's playing the other MVP candidate in Matt Ryan. Now, look, the game is basically a match of marquee quarterbacks, but there's a little bit more to it. You have a dome game that's being played, so it really doesn't favor anybody. Atlanta plays in the dome, so great news for them. They get to play in the same environment that they've been in. Now, we know that Gronkowski's been out for just about, most of the season with New England, so that's really not going to be much of a factor because Martellus Bennett has been plugged into that slot, and I think it's really not that big of a deal because there's so many guys on that New England team that could be plugged in. I wouldn't really worry so much about that. Now, it's funny, Kyle Shanahan from the Atlanta Falcons says, well, the Patriots' defense is the biggest challenge that we faced all year. I don't agree with that because although their defense is ranked really high right now, they were climbing as the season went up. But as the season was going on, they had to play a good Philadelphia defense, which beat them, and they held them to about 15 points. They played a very good Denver defense, which basically was the best defensive club all year from front to back, minus a couple of hiccups. And they also played a very, very tough Seattle defense. I don't buy the statement from Kyle Shanahan, but I don't have to buy it. You guys don't have to buy it either. I think it's a bunch of hot air. All he's trying to do is build up the ego for New England, saying, well, we have respect for you. Get out of here. He's full of crap. The fact is, Atlanta has the number 3 passing game in the league. They're averaging 275 yards a game. They're the number 7 rushing team, and they run the ball really well. And they're also the number 2 team in the league in total yards per game. Now, if you match that against the great defense and offense for New England, here's where it gets interesting. New England has the number 4 passing yards per game, the number 8th rushing team, and the number 5 in total yards per game. These are very evenly matched teams. Now, here's where it gets even crazier. The Atlanta Falcons enter the Super Bowl with the number 1 ranked offense in points scored per game. However, New England holds the number 1 ranked defense. Now, we've seen this before. This isn't the first time in a rodeo for these teams, or for the Super Bowl matchups to be this way. Now, the teams ranked number 1 on defense versus the number 1 offense, they have won 4 of the last 5 times they've played since the merger when the Super Bowl started back in 1967, before it was the AFL and the NFL. So history says the defensive team usually hoists the trophy. So the Falcons do bring the number 1 offense, which is great. The problem is they bring the number 27th ranked defense. And the bigger problem there is the Patriots bring the number 1 defense, but oh, by the way, they bring the number 3 ranked offense. And that's including when Garoppolo was the quarterback for the first 4 weeks. But when you don't factor him in, New England is the number 2 ranked offense. How in the world is the 27th ranked offense going to stop the number 2 ranked offense? It doesn't happen. And the funny thing is, the line in the game is 3. The line hasn't really moved too much. It went from 5 to 3. So basically, the betting world, here in fabulous Las Vegas, what's going on are the bookmakers, the odds makers. They're not giving New England a lot of chance against that Atlanta offense, which I found completely ridiculous. I think the defense, yes, New England does give up big plays. I would agree. And I had that interview with Toy Cook on the Saturday edition of the Sports Circus a couple of weeks ago, that he has hoisted the Super Bowl trophy himself. He made the same comment. Toy said that they give up a lot of big plays, but they don't give up a ton of points. So let's face it, when they played Pittsburgh a week ago, they didn't give up a lot, but remember, Pittsburgh was depleted. There was no Le'Veon Bell. Sammy Coates dropped some passes. This Pittsburgh team wasn't really a full, healthy team. And obviously a full, healthy Pittsburgh team, I believe, would have beat New England. They had enough weapons. They could have done it. I don't really see an issue with the Patriots' defense being able to play well against Atlanta. But I have a bigger problem with Atlanta playing against that defense, because let's face it, this is a defense that's peaking right now. So I know I'm jumping all over the place. The question is, who's going to win? I don't know. Scott, do you know? I don't know. You guys know? Well, I will tell you this. Matt Ryan will probably throw 2 interceptions in this game. 2. Now, the question is, how has he done with 2 interceptions in a game? They don't throw a lot of interceptions. They take care of the ball. Atlanta protects the ball really well. I do believe that there will be at least 2 turnovers, maybe 1 fumble, 1 interception by Matt Ryan. I just think the nerves will be there a little bit. I don't care who's on their coaching staff. It's just my opinion. I think if Atlanta can survive the turnover game, Atlanta wins the game. But next week on the Sports Circus, on the Friday edition, I will give you Sal the Bookmaker's prediction so we can bet some of these and make a lot more of these, because that's what we do here, running at an 81% clip for the year against the line. We're probably going to have the winner for Super Bowl just because the odds state that, but we'll have to see. So finally, we're going to switch to the to the NHL, and quickly, there's a lot of rumors going around. The trade deadline's coming up. Chicago's looking to make a move to get somebody to play next to Jonathan Taves. The odds are that they're going to either pick up Trevor Van Riemsdyk from Toronto or Matt Duchene from Colorado. The New York Rangers are looking for a right-side defenseman. They will trade a couple of key pieces, Derek Stepan or JT Miller, a couple of real solid guys up front. I'm looking for the New York Rangers will definitely make a move. They're going to have to keep up with Washington. The Philadelphia Flyers are in full selling mode. Look for Mark Streit, solid defenseman, and Mike Del Zotto to be dealt off by the Flyers. And Detroit is looking for defensive help. Look for Cam Fowler or Sami Vatanen to move over to Detroit, possibly Minnesota, Mace Shop, Jonas Brodin, and Matt Dumba. You heard it right, Dumba, believe it or not. So I would have to say that we have a very interesting week coming up in the world of sports. The most interesting is going to end up in the NFL. There's going to be moves. There's usually trades made right around this week before, so teams don't have to jockey for position. right after the Super Bowl, because that's when everybody goes shopping. But look for the early shoppers. Look for some quick moves. Also, be sure to listen to us. We'll carry on more about this tomorrow. Fox Sports Radio 1340 for the Sports Circus. And you can read about us on thesportscircus.com. Tune in tomorrow. Have a great week.